Hey everyone, I'm Garrett, back with another episode of Fade Roulette, where we let Lady Luck decide which of these faded jeans behind me here that we do a review on. But before we get into all of the fun, do me a big favor, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, so I have here my new spinner with the exact amount of all the jeans on the wall. And so we're gonna click this here and see what do we get. Oh, 23. Okay, so we're gonna count 23, starting from the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Ooh, this is a nice pair here. Okay. So, this pair here is actually a very special pair. It goes back quite a ways to one of the earlier collaborations between Naked and Famous and another company called Big John. So let's just show here. We have the Big John since 1940. If you guys don't know, Big John was basically the first Japanese raw denim company back in the day. So definitely an important company, and we did a collaboration with them way back when on this pair of jeans. So let's get started on these. These are very cool. All right, so starting right at the top here, you can see that these are definitely an older pair of Naked Famous denim jeans because they have that woven label going all the way around on the stitching, and it is a lot smaller. The newer ones have just stitching on the outside. So right away you can tell that these are definitely different. Coming over here to the side, you can see that, again, or the Big John label. That is another woven label here. What does it say? It's your brand, Big John. Big John since 1940. And then on the inside here, this is in not the best condition, but I can see here they're 100% cotton. They're a size 31, and I can't see what fit they are. Anyways, okay. So coming down to the waistband, of course the waistband looks to be in really good condition, but the first thing that I noticed that is super cool is we got some corrosion. This is blue kind of rust color here, which must have been from this button. So this button would have been like that, and over time, because I don't know if this is a copper, it looks like some type of copper alloy has rusted onto that fabric, so leaving a cool little patina on the top buttonhole. And then coming down to the fly, we can see here that these are definitely an older pair because they got a lot less front rise here. We only got 3 fly buttons as well as the top button. Nice little stitching detail here where you got that stitch coming up to that button, and they all say Big John in all capital letters. Nice buttons, and there's a little bit of patina, a little bit of rust on that top button there, which is pretty cool. Actually, if you look clear under the fly placket, you can see more of that corrosion. There's a little bit there, there's a little bit there on all of those buttonholes. So all of these buttons have been rusting a little bit. On the outside of the fly placket, you can see quite a bit of fading on the side there, and you can actually see a little fade where each one of those buttons was. Before we go any further, I just wanted to show a little bit more here. We can see these hidden rivets. So these are some copper rivets on the back pockets, which is cool. And also here on these rivets on the pocket bags, you can see more of that corrosion happening on the inside of the pocket bags and even on the rivet, the outside of the rivet itself. On the front, interesting belt loops actually. You can see that the belt loop is done a little bit differently. It's just got that one stitching line coming up the side as opposed to like mine, which has the 2 stitch lines there. So another little interesting detail here. We got some fades on the pockets there from the hands going into the pockets. You can see that these pocket bags are well worn here, starting to break along the top there. And then on the inside of the pockets, the coin pocket area is well faded as well. Something was being put in the coin pocket, it seems like, because you can see fades inside the coin pocket. You can get a little sneak peek of that selvage area. Again, more fades here on the inside. So definitely these pockets were being well used. Is there anything inside? Nothing inside these pockets. Moving down, we can see here some beautiful whiskers. These don't appear to be looking like they were worn too tight, because as you can see here, the whiskers are kind of going off in different directions. So usually the more horizontal and straight they are, the tighter they were worn. And when you have them kind of coming off in different directions, usually that indicates they're worn a little bit on the looser side. You can definitely see here that things were in the pockets, that these were some pockets that had some stuff in there, because there's definitely an outline kind of right here, as well as maybe a circle or some type of outline here of something that may have been in the coin pocket. And then on the other side here too, you can see a clear fade of what was in that pocket bag there as well. Crazy crotch action on this one. You can tell that these were worn very hard and repaired as well. Quite a bit. So a lot of potential blowouts. We got some small holes forming here and then some repairs. We'll take a look more on the back side as well. Coming down to the front. Wow, this is really cool. The lower thigh area, really beautiful fading on these jeans. These are like a really classic looking, like a red cast jean here, but I don't know if these were worn maybe in a dirty environment or something, but they have a real dirty tinge to them. So they got that yellowy brown fade. We got some really nice fades here coming in at the knee area, so much so that this one's broken through. You can see the weft yarns just holding that together. So those creamy white weft yarns just popping through, give a nice little contrast there. And of course, we got this big rip across the left knee, which is really kind of stealing the show, taking all the attention. And you see those, again, those creamy white weft yarns just holding on there, and some of them dangling down. So a lot of character and personality on that knee. Over on this knee, no hole yet, but we do have a few stains, a few little black stains, and some really nice fades on that knee. Coming down, we can see that these jeans have been washed. It looks like a decent amount. There's a little bit of marbling. You can tell that these faded a little bit in the washing machine there. Again, another small black stain there, so something happened there. And then coming down to the bottom, very cool at the bottom here. We got some really nice stacking fades. So you got these kind of crazy X shapes and oval shapes down near the bottom here. And then you can tell here that these were definitely cuffed, because there's a big kind of like crack that's starting to form. A little bit of roping on the outside here on the chain stitch hem. And then on the inside, you can see even more roping as it was rubbing. So it looks like these jeans were worn a combination of cuffed and uncuffed. And just flipping up the selvage here, you can see right there where it was cuffed there, and a beautiful white, yellow, red, white selvage edge on this fabric. All right, let's take a look at the back. So at the back here, you can see, I'm sure these were worn with a belt, because you can actually see right here, there's like a definitive line where it kind of is a little bit more worn, and then right here, there's almost no wear. So this area was probably being protected, as well as the waistband was quite unfaded. Whereas you can see here on the belt loop, a lot of fading. So I'm very confident that these were worn with a belt. The patch is super cool. So you have that co-branded Big John and Naked Famous Denim patch with a horse, and it looks like there's a cowgirl riding the horse. It says, "Ride 'em, cowgirl, made in Japan." So again, very cool leather patch here, and still in nice condition. Could use a little bit of oil, but very cool. Now we get down to the seat area. Really nice fading on the seat. We have a few little stains. We're starting to wear through here on the warp on the center point of the center bottom point of the yoke there. Pockets are more or less in good condition, but look, we have this huge failure on the right lower butt cheek area. There's a big rip, so definitely some extra ventilation there. You definitely want to not forget to wear some underwear, because you're gonna be flashing a little bit of cheek there. Coming down to the bottom here, look, again, we see all these crazy blowout repairs. Let's take a look at the inside. Wow, we have this mega patch in here. Looks like actually two different pieces of fabric. So 1, 2, and then just like crazy zigzag stitching going on the inside. So quite a bit of repair, a little bit of excess material, I will say, but overall, looks like it has done the job and keeping the crotch, for the most part, together, except for that hole. All right, moving down here, we have even more good stuff. We have the honeycombs on the back, which are very well defined, very well done. I'd say this is a slightly more in the vintagey style, but still definitely contrasty enough that this is gonna turn some heads. These are some really hardcore, authentic combs. I'm very impressed. And again, they just look so nicely on these jeans. We have some fades on the lower leg area here as well. And then when we come down, you can see some very distinctive stacking fades, a lot kind of rubbing here on the inseam there, almost breaking, and some brownish color, which I like. And then we get down to the bottom here. We have this leg opening hole where it was cuffed, and I guess there's a little bit of heel bite on there. It finally broke through and the hole formed there. On this side, just a tiny little baby hole there. But again, a lot of friction and wear on the bottom of this leg as well. But overall, this is an amazing pair. A lot of characters. I'm sure there was a lot of stories, a lot of fun stuff. A lot of things happened to these jeans and whoever wore them. I don't know who it was, but thank you for sending in this awesome pair of jeans. They're definitely one of my favorite pairs here on the wall. If you have a pair of jeans that are faded and you're not wearing them anymore, send us an email, include some pictures. If they're faded enough, we will take them in. We'll give you a free label to send them in, add them here to the fade wall, do a fade review on them, as well as send you a discount code for your next order. If you made it all the way to the end, I want to thank you so much for sticking around. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to do the full, there's the front, and there's the back. Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.